reimagining the elementary school experience. On this episode of Spotlight on Shawnee Mission, we'll visit the district's first innovative school. We'll also check out Shawnee Mission's new signature program, Project Blue Eagle. Students use their creative skills to name the district's brand new elementary school. And we'll celebrate one of the top teachers in the state of Kansas. It's all ahead on this episode of Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. Welcome to Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. I'm your host, Leanne Neal. A school in Shawnee Mission is taking a fresh look at what the elementary experience should be. Check out the innovative learning going on at Apache IS.
Very good. And since you finished a sentence, what do we put at the end of our sentence?
Apache IS is our innovative school that we're helping to transform learning for our students and really individualize learning to match the passions of what our students are interested in, while integrating standards across the content areas.
And they're finding creative ways to engage students right from the start.
We have a lot of STEM bins in the morning where the kids come in and do STEM activities as their morning to get them started, and they're collaborating and they're constructing and really get them engaged in their learning right from the time they walk in the door.
I'm sending you this picture. Okay.
One of our key goals is to foster collaboration and problem solving with our students working together. And so we want to provide them with as many experiences as we can.
So tomorrow we have our test over place value, right?
Another of those new experiences at Apache IS is the use of collaborative spaces.
In a collaborative space, we usually pull out 4 to 5 students. It's a nice small group. And the teacher gives them a compelling question to go off of, and we either have the students collaborate together to solve that given problem, and they go through their work together and finish it collaboratively.
The collaborative spaces are also used for quick review and reinforcement, but Mitchell says for him, it's all about the relationships.
My favorite part about the collaborative spaces is just the relationships that you get with the students by communicating with them. You're building those relationships, and by building those relationships, those students are willing to learn more and participate more in your classroom because you built that relationship with them and they feel comfortable with you.
Mitchell says once students get the hang of it, collaborative spaces even change how students learn when they're back in the classroom.
It's made all the difference because they're not relying on just us teachers to go up and help them. We have a lot of students that are asking their classmates, hey, I don't really know how to go about this problem. Can you help me out? And the students are helping the students, which is what we want.
Collaboration at Apache IS isn't just for the students. Teachers are trying new ways of working together as well.
We have our teachers with common grade level planning time, and they're meeting every day to plan lessons together and plan projects for students. So they plan together, they work in the classrooms together. We have some co-teaching models. When the students are in the classroom, they often don't have just one teacher.
Sydney Utlot co-teaches first grade with Stacy Meek. Even though she's only been doing it a short time, Utlot says co-teaching is paying off.
The kids seem more excited about learning, and it just also relieves stress from the teachers too, because you have 2 heads together instead of just one.
Plus, Utlot says co-teaching enables her to try things she might not on her own.
Since I have another teacher to support me, it makes things seem a lot more comfortable and a lot more manageable.
Utlot says with the co-teaching model, she's noticed a shift in the first graders' behavior.
They're just more respectful to one another. They really like to go to Mrs. Meek's class and really like for them to come here. And it just kind of builds that relationship and culture among our classes. So they're just really excited about learning.
We are constantly reflecting and refining our practice, and it's just so much fun to work with teachers who are willing to take a risk and try new things and dive in together and really focus on what's best for their students. And I think the students see that and they're responding to that.
At Apache IS, innovation and inquiry-based learning extends to the library, where a makerspace is set up.
We're definitely developing makerspaces across the district and at Apache IS. It's really exciting across Shawnee Mission to see our schools and teachers embracing the maker mindset.
It really embodies what we want to have happen as a learning culture here, and that is to really appreciate and value the curiosity and the inventiveness that students bring with them to school.
I like the makerspace because it's like where we can get creative and make new stuff.
Now we're looking for his voyage.
Students aren't the only ones using this innovative school model as a training ground.
It's also an opportunity at Apache IS for us to model and train for future teacher leaders, instructional coaches, and future principals. Everyone's learning, the students as well as the adults, and we're all growing.
Among those learning is a group of student teachers from K-State.
The KSU EdCats are fantastic, and they are doing a phenomenal job for us. And so it's our responsibility to prepare them for the future to be outstanding educators, and they are diving in, and we are so fortunate to have them on our team at Apache IS.
I love this school. It's a great experience. I'm honored to be student teaching here at Apache IS with some of the best teachers that I've ever been around.
As an experienced educator, what does Principal Lewis like best about leading the district's first innovative school?
So I love talking with students and saying, what do you notice between the difference between Apache last year and Apache IS? And they always talk about how it's fun and how they get to work with other students, and they love their teacher because they see a teacher that's engaged and dedicated in meeting their needs.
It's exciting to see the innovation going on at Apache IS. We look forward to watching this new model grow and expand in the years to come. Up next, Shawnee Mission's new signature program, Project Blue Eagle, takes flight.
Hi, I'm Emma. I read the book Half a Chance by Cynthia Lord. Half a Chance is a book about a girl named Lucy who just moved to New Hampshire. Lucy has moved 3 times in her entire life and is really nervous about making new friends. When she gets there, she sees a flyer that says that her dad's judging a photography contest in 2 months. Lucy wants to show him that she's a great photographer too and enters the contest. Lucy meets her neighbor Nate, who wants to help her win the contest so they can spend the prize money to help his grandma. Lucy is very funny and has a big heart. I rate this book 5 out of 5 stars because the details made me feel like I was there with Lucy. It amazed me, and I'm sure it'll amaze you too. Read it and check it out.
Welcome back. Shawnee Mission's new signature program, Project Blue Eagle, is soaring. In its first semester, more than 650 students enrolled in this program that prepares students for public safety careers.
And I want you to find a set of bunker gear that you want to put on.
Learning how to put on firefighters' gear, it's one of many hands-on experiences for high school students in the new Project Blue Eagle signature program.
Fold the gear just as you would from the fire station.
It's a pathway for students interested in public service, so police, firefighter, EMT, and a legal career. So this is year 1, and after this year, we'll offer all 3 of those pathways for students that want to pursue it further.
What's the target for the fire scene? 5 minutes or less to 80% of our calls. Go!
After students have their bunker gear in hand, it's a race to see who can suit up first. This first-hand experience is key to Project Blue Eagle.
I think the opportunity to get hands-on experience doing those skills and those things that police officers and firefighters do, and probably just the practical nature of the courses. Unlike some of the other core classes, they're much more career-focused.
I've enjoyed learning about the history of it and like the equipment. It's a great opportunity for high schoolers to learn about the bumper gear and all that stuff, and you get to learn from like a firefighter's point of view.
This particular extinguisher is chemical-based, white, powdery thing. We're not going to use these. What we're going to use is a water-based fire extinguisher, but the
I think it's awesome. I didn't even know they had it until I joined the class. I really want to be a firefighter when I grow up, so I thought this would be a good first step to get more knowledge about being a firefighter. I'm looking forward to hopefully be able to ride on a fire truck, learn about the tools on a fire truck, and all the bunker gear and all the cool stuff that we get to do.
Through Project Blue Eagle, students can move ahead more quickly in the path to a public service career.
Wonderful head start in those careers. As I talked to Chief Douglas, he explained to us how much of a head start our kids will have in regard to fire science and going to the police academy and also in legal studies. So some of them will be ready to go as close as 2 years ahead of the competition, if you will.
More hands-on training for Project Blue Eagle students. Here they learn different methods to remove a ring that's stuck on a patient's finger.
Today I was invited to come down and be a guinea pig, if you will, for how to remove a ring that is stuck on a person's finger. So I got to be the one where they actually cut it off with the Dremel machine.
But little did they know just how quickly they'd have to put this training into practice when Principal Lowe moved his ring to a different finger.
And when I put it on my other hand, it got stuck. So then they had to use a different method to get that off. So it was real-world application.
After completing this project, our view on crime is slightly different.
In Introduction to Public Service, Project Blue Eagle students study crime statistics and learn how the information can be used by law enforcement. Lucas Hagan says he's here to learn more about police work.
I'm interested in becoming a police officer, so I figured it would help me get some knowledge on, what a police officer does. I'm really excited about learning, what they do, because it's all glorified on TV and movies, but in real life, I know it's much different.
It's a difficult job, I'm not going to lie to you, but it's great pride in knowing that you're helping the community and you're helping others out every day. There are people interested in this, they just need that education. And to give them quality instruction is very positive, just not for them, but also for the community.
A group of third graders now have their license to ride thanks to the Lenexa Police Department.
Guys, welcome to our third grade bike rodeo. This is an awesome tradition we've had here at McCullough for many years. You guys, I see, all have the most important piece of bicycle riding, and that is your helmet, because part of riding a bike is crashing occasionally.
This is the annual bike rodeo at Christa McAuliffe Elementary. Third graders are invited to bring their helmets and bikes to school to practice staying safe on two wheels. Lenexa Police Officer and McAuliffe School Resource Officer Danny Chavez sets up the course and leads the lesson.
All right, you can go. Don't run over any pedestrians. And one of the things I tell them is that it's just for fun. It's not a test or a contest or anything like that. But there are some curves, there's some opportunities for them to practice braking and watching for pedestrians, just needing to follow the signs to navigate a course, just weaving between some cones, driving in a circular pattern, just some of the things they might encounter in their neighborhoods.
Each cyclist had an opportunity to try the course 2 times.
You got it!
So, what was their assessment?
Well, you have to go through a lot of cones. It looks kind of hard, but it's not too hard.
I'm learning how to stop, look, and I'm learning how to go around the cones.
Parent Becky Seitz likes the bike rodeo.
Kids need to know the correct way and the rules of the road, and that way they'll arrive to their destination safely.
One of the fun things that they get after doing the bicycle rodeo is we have bicycle licenses that we print at the police department, and the PTA is gracious enough to fill out all the students' names on them. They're signed by Chief Hongslow with the Lenexa Police Department, and it's their license for them to safely ride their bicycles.
That license is the reason Adam is here.
You pass and you can get your bike license, and once you get your bike license, you can ride to school and back.
Plus, Adam's pretty sure this training includes another perk.
You can go faster. I like going fast.
Kids did awesome today. We didn't have any crashes. We always like that, and of course they had a lot of fun.
Thanks to the Lenexa Police Department, Officer Chavez, and Christa McAuliffe's PTA for another successful bike rodeo. When Spotlight on Shawnee Mission continues, students get creative when it comes to naming a brand new elementary school. And the state of Kansas honors a creative Shawnee Mission educator. Welcome back. Challenge-based learning engages students by letting them solve problems using real-world situations. And for students at Horizons, that means adding some color to their high school. You might call the area around the Horizons High School sign a blank canvas, but students in the school's environmental education class are working to change that.
We're going to take a sign that's totally bare and looks terrible, and we're going to plant a bunch of beautiful flowers, and it's going to be great. Everyone's going to love it.
One of my charges is to help organize and build a district master plan that will help us manage our properties responsibly.
The students have been learning about native plants and animals and how the ecosystem ties together. Now they're putting that knowledge to use with a design to spruce up the Horizon sign.
We want our school to look appealing also because when you drive by you can't even notice it, so it's something that gives our school a prettier look to it. And also it's really educational for the students because we get to learn about life cycles and the wildlife and how plants survive and, you know, just the science aspect.
Students first created landscape plans, keeping in mind the conditions as well as the space available. Kiara suggested a rose verbena.
It's a purple plant and it's native and it grows with the rain and the sun, so it's like easy to care for. You don't have to go out there and water it.
The students' plans also included flowering dogwood, butterfly weed, daylily, and sandflocks.
Native plants that are pretty, obviously, maybe sunflowers, but we have to keep in mind the size of the sign so we're not covering it, so it's just whatever the students pick.
So like if we have like flowers and everything, it'd be a lot prettier, more attractive, and like people would be happy to come to school and not just look at it and be like, ugh. We'd be like, hey, flowers.
After the plans were finished, it was time to share them.
And so we came together, the students got an opportunity to present what they've done, what they've found, and then talk with some district and community leaders. So it was a really great opportunity for some collaboration between different age groups, different positions, different sets of knowledge. It was really great.
Among the guests, the mayor of the City of Mission, who gave this example of project-based learning his seal of approval.
This is the sustainability that really counts. This is something you get your teeth into and really do. It's not far off stuff. This is the common sense stuff that should be taught.
Shawnee Mission is preparing to build a brand new school in the western part of the district. But what should it be called? One school turned this naming contest into their own challenge-based learning project.
Welcome to
Nanexa Elementary.
From Nanexa to Honeybee to J.C. Nichols, innovative ideas from 6th graders proposing names for Shawnee Mission's next elementary school. But what's in a name? Teachers asked these students to dig a little deeper.
We decided that we could kind of take it a step further rather than just having the kids come up with a name, but actually do research on the city of Lenexa and the state of Kansas. We thought it'd be just a great way to get the kids involved in the school district and to bring in the presentation skills, the speaking and listening skills, and then the research skills that we're working on here at school.
Each student group had to come up with a name, a mascot, and school colors, then back it up with research to persuade their classmates on why their name should be nominated.
The reason why we chose wolf as our mascot is because the wolf is a part of the Indian spirit animal.
The students were so excited when we first announced this project. They were excited that they got to come up with their own name. They were excited to learn more about the state of Kansas and the city of Lenexa. And then also they had to do research on the school district as well to see kind of what the other school names were and mascots. So they were very excited. Their presentations, they got to take ownership of them and get creative with their presentations.
Horner says it's challenge-based learning that connected with the students.
They're definitely more engaged, in working as a group and collaborating. They're excited to work together, and when they're given a question like what should the new school name be, it just kind of is open-ended and gives them more of an opportunity to work on the project, and they're definitely more engaged.
A name for Shawnee Mission's newest elementary school will be selected at a future board meeting. Up next, celebrating with a Shawnee Mission teacher who was selected as one of the top educators in the state.
Hello, my name is Alyssa and I read A Million Ways Home by Diana Dorius Widget. This book is about 12-year-old Poppy whose grandmother just had a stroke. She wants to go and take care of her, but then witnesses a murder. Later on, she develops a decent relationship with a girl named Lizzie, an amazing relationship with a misunderstood dog named Gunner. I'd like to tell you more, but I don't want to spoil it. I rate this book 5 out of 5 stars because it has a compelling plot and a fascinating sense of danger. Read it!
Welcome back. A 6th grade teacher knew it was his students' turn to lead the monthly assembly. But what he didn't know was the surprise that the school had in store. Jonathan Farrell walked up to take his turn at the Briarwood Bulldogs Plinko Challenge. Since he had just seen a student win a frozen custard gift card, he didn't suspect a thing. His first attempt went a bit astray, so he tried again.
Number 2 reads the finalist for Kansas Teacher of the Year right there.
Suddenly, the monthly assembly transformed into a celebration, set up so that students and staff could help Farrell celebrate being named one of the top teachers in the state. Fellow 6th grade teacher Josh Cavender led the party with words of praise from parents.
Mr. Farrell has created an environment for innovative learning that needs to happen today in all of our schools. From teaching with tower gardens in the classroom to design, modeling, 3D printers, Genius Hours implemented. Mr. Farrell's students learn and interact in ways similar to real-world situations and experiences.
Then he followed it up with some heartfelt words of his own.
I've worked alongside and hired some good teachers and some great teachers, but I never really been alongside a phenomenal teacher, a game changer like Mr. Farrell.
Next, it was Farrell's chance to say a few words.
I think I have the best job in the world. I get to wake up every day and come hang out with 89 crazy but awesome 6th graders and explore with them.
Then, just when he thought it was over, the Briarwood Bulldog and Principal Chris Lash had one last surprise for this special teacher, a Salvi-style confetti splash. Each year, 8 teachers are selected as finalists for Kansas Teacher of the Year.
To have a teacher nominated from Briarwood Elementary in the Shawnee Mission School District is just awesome. I mean, what a great way to celebrate our district, our school, our community with an educator that makes it to the finalist for the Teacher of the Year. I mean, it's just a distinguished honor.
So what makes Farrell one of the state's top teachers? Lash says it's the connection he makes with his students.
The first thing I think that stands out is he focuses on relationships. It's all about the relationship he has with his students, and he treats them as people first. He gets to know his kids, learn their interest, and then ties the curriculum in to things that they're interested in.
The past couple of years, I did not like science. Like, it was boring, but this year it's like, it's crazy. We get to do like experiments and a bunch light things on fire. It's awesome.
Now you're gonna be sublimated and you're gonna turn into a gas really quickly. You're out.
Other teachers normally like tell you what to do and tell you how to do it. He'll just tell you what to do, but he doesn't tell you how. You have to figure that out yourself.
I love science! Or maybe, like Dylan says, what makes Farrell special are those crazy experiments.
I feel like I'm really lucky to have some amazing students. I have some students who are excited to learn, excited to be here, excited to explore with me. And when you have kids who are excited to learn and ready to go on challenges with you, you can do some really awesome things.
Congratulations, Mr. Farrell. Keep up the outstanding work. That's all the time we have for this episode of Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. Join us again as we continue to feature the programs and people of Shawnee Mission who are helping guide students to success. Thank you for watching.